Hi, I'm Matt Hinkle with Box Alarm Training. Today we're going to talk about how to lay a bundle. Specifically, we're going to show you how to lay our 100-foot bundle that we use, which is also, some people call it a high-rise pack, a hotel pack, a bundle, whatever you want to call it. It's all very similar. It's the same type of thing. We use a 100-foot bundle for versatility. You may need a longer one, but we think 100 feet is pretty good for our guys. It's easy to carry, and if we need to extend it, we can always extend the bundle with multiple bundles. So we're going to show you how to do it today. We do not use the Cleveland load just because we have a large volunteer fire department, 14 stations, about 150 firefighters. So having everybody trained in the Cleveland load is pretty difficult. So we kind of went with a more simplified way, and that's just a side-by-side bundle that when laid apart is already flaked. So if you understand how to use it, it works really well. If you don't understand how to use it, it still works, and it's not going to top in a knot and confuse you. There's many different reasons why we'll use a bundle. One is for an extended attack. So if we're going to take an attack line and extend a supply line to that attack line or bundle to fight fire, if we've got a house way off the road, or if we reverse that and we've got a hydrant down the street and perform basically a Detroit lay or Detroit bundle. So we'll drop our bundle at the house and lay out to a hydrant, and so we'll catch our own supply and provide water to the bundle to attack the fire. Another thing that we can use a bundle for that's not thought of very often is if we have a 200-foot pre-connect or something stretched off the truck and we have a failure, that bundle can be used to replace that failed section of line very quickly because it's already pre-packaged. You can set it down next to the failed section, shut the line down, and reconnect it pretty quickly, and you've got your line back in operation. You can also use that to extend your attack line. If you stretched it and you had a short stretch, now you got the ability to add 100 more feet into that line if you need to. Okay, we're going to show how to lay this hose bundle. There's several different ways to do it. The Cleveland load is really popular, but this is a volunteer fire department that a lot of different people operate on this apparatus, some from other engine companies. So the Cleveland load, we don't use it because it could confuse somebody that's not used to it if they have to use this bundle. So what we're going to do is a side-by-side load, not a flat lay. If you use a high-rise pack or a bundle and you flat lay it, you're going to end up with your female coupling on the bottom and your nozzle on the top. That way when you go to connect it, it's going to get all twisted when you try to use it because you're going to have to basically flip the bundle over to connect the bundle to what you need to connect it to. So what we're going to do is we start with the middle of the hose. We're going to use 100 feet of hose, 50-foot section on one side, 50-foot section on the other. We connect the middle. We know this is the middle. It's the middle of the 100 feet, 50 on each side. And then I'm going to stagger the coupling a little bit to make it position more towards your shoulder. If you start towards the end, the coupling, because it weighs more and it doesn't lay quite right, when you go to carry it, it's going to kind of flop around on your back. So I bring it forward just a little bit, and then we're just going to start our bundle laying side by side. So basically we're going to try to make it about 4 feet long or so. Okay, so now we've laid our 50-foot section up each side. So now we've ended up with a female coupling and a male coupling on the top. So this is where we can put a reducer. If you want to run a Y on this, it's pretty heavy. So it's a lot better, in my opinion, to use a reducer because it's going to be lighter. And if you run a wide line, you can always spin off the reducer really quick, so you don't have to really worry about it. Okay, so this is a 100-foot bundle. You can see the nozzle is in his hand right here. So if he's the nozzleman, if you end up with a limited visibility situation, or if it's real dark outside, or you're in a hallway and you're in a high-rise, you know that the nozzle's right here so that you can position it when you go to lay it out. So it's easy to get to. The nozzle and the female, both of our places that we need to connect to are right here on top. And when we unbuckle it, we don't just want to grab and go. We want to unbuckle it and then lay our bundle apart.
Here you can see a firefighter using a bundle in an extended attack. So he's going to set the bundle on the ground, he takes the time to lay the bundle open, and then he grabs additional flakes of hose to lay the hose out. He hands the female end to the officer with a 2.5-inch line supplied with a Y, and then he grabs the nozzle and another flake of hose and extends that to the door. Doing it this way and taking your time will give you a nice flaked hose for entry. In this example, you can see the bundle laid on top of a balcony. As the firefighter unbuckles it, you'll see that the bundle just falls apart and is already flaked. Now, the nozzleman can grab his nozzle and a section of the flaked hose, and when he pulls it, it'll be flaked nicely on top of the balcony. In this situation, you can also send the female down instead of having to lay hose line up the stairs. Major concern with this, though, is to make sure that you have enough hose. It may be a better alternative to send a rope down and pull up a 2.5 with a Y or a reducer, rather than sending your line down, because you'll lose so much hose line doing this. You also need to tie your hose line off to a rail. With the hose line flaked on the balcony, when the line is charged, it's going to try to shoot the hose off of the balcony. So with the line secured, it will not do that.